I've clean pipettes and clean smelling strips and clean sachet cristal to put them in if I want to. And relax. Great. Okay.
Lovely metal beaker.
Isn't that lovely?
Aluminum.
Yeah. Aluminium. It's got lovely contours on it somehow. I don't know how. The dishwasher probably. Yeah. They break a lot less easily than all the others that everybody's been breaking. That's right. Riverbank.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
Strawberries again.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, I know, it's been a while. Many things, but during which we will probably make a strawberry fragrance.
I think it's essential.
Okay.
Ask me how I'm spelling essential.
With a T in the middle?
Yeah. An SC and a T, yeah.
Well, that's how I think essential. Did they? One of our retailers, the one in
Essential.
Essential. Or maybe this, as opposed to essential. You know what essentiality is? It's a new thing. Is something actually necessary, needed? Essentiality. If it's essential, and this is coming into the EU Green Deal thing. So we're only allowed to keep aroma chemicals, anything. We're only allowed to keep anything if it can be proved to be essential to the benefit of human life. And
wow.
So there are a lot of people who are very keen to banish lots of things and go back to their voters and say, oh, look, we've managed to banish all of these things. And you go, hang on, no, we needed that.
Then please tell me that they're going to get rid of McDonald's, Burger King, all of those, because they're not essential to human life. God, there's so many that are alcohol. Mm-hmm. That's not essential to human. Let's get rid of all of that.
Yep. And what they want to get rid of is benzyl salicylate, for example.
Wow.
Because some salicylates degrade to salicylic acid, which accumulates, but salicylic acid is aspirin.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all too complicated. Here's the thing, it's not too complicated. But when people think things are simple, they never are. So,
apart from the people trying to pass these bills.
Yeah.
They're simple.
They are, apparently. So what we have to do in it's actually, the funny thing is, it's like down to IFRA to save fragrance now.
Wow.
By compiling evidence that suggests that it's actually beneficial to be able to smell lovely things.
Do they not realise how essential fragrance is?
The funny thing is that they want to keep essential oils, not realising that they're full of chemicals.
Yeah.
And a lot of essential oils have benzyl salicylate in. So if they manage to get benzyl salicylate, there's nothing wrong with it, by the way, it's just methyl salicylate. It's like saying, we had this man called Smith and he committed a murder, so we're going to kill all the Smiths.
Yeah.
So you get methyl salicylate, which degrades to salicylic acid, which is... It comes from willow trees. What are you going to do? Cut down all the willow trees? They'd not think it through. So they want to ban, say, methyl salicylate, fine. I'm not going to use that in fragrances. But then benzyl salicylate is just his cousin. You know, his cousin Fred Smith, who never did any harm. I think it's like that. So all the Smiths are bad, so we're going to get rid of all the Smiths.
Mm-hmm.
It's a difficulty. I should probably put benzyl salicylate in this fragrance just for fun. But it is a problem, and I just hope we don't get taken down for suggesting that certain brands are non-essential. I know, it's fine, you keep it and one of my phones is making funny noises, but maybe it'll stop. Well, so the scale's on. It's very sensitive if I blow on it.
So we're making a strawberry fragrance?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
The one that we talked about.
Yeah.
I've got 2 different strawberry...
Well, if it's on a riverbank, we do need benzyl salicylate, because a willow tree...
That would be methyl salicylate.
Oh.
Yeah, but maybe... oh no. Any salicylates. Can we make it smell like willows? Maybe we do. Benzyl salicylate's the one that smells like suntan lotion.
Oh! Well, that needs to go in this.
Maybe it does.
Because it's a hot day.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what they would have
I love that smell.
Good. Well, I'll get some out then. I'm gonna give those. I can't talk. Right. This is a strawberry of sorts. Oh, Robertet were going to come over yesterday, but they couldn't.
All of them.
Yeah, the lot, every single one, every team member that reports into France and works out of the UK was going to come over, and his name's Ross, but because Robertet UK make fragrances. But I don't want my fragrances to be made, I want to make them. So Robertet in France supply the raw materials, but used to have to talk to France. But now they've got an American called Ross who lives in the UK who was going to come over, but he couldn't get the samples in time, so he didn't.
Right.
But they're shipping them.
Great.
But they weren't in time for today. But why do I tell you that?
Because they've got strawberry.
And this is it.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it's very strawberry.
Want to eat it.
We do not eat it because it's in ethanol and it will not taste good. This is diluted to 5% strength. This is still quite...
It's synthetic.
Wow, here's the thing. It is all made up of naturals.
Right.
But it is not made of strawberry.
Wow.
Although, we're looking at Cambridge English Dictionary defines natural as something like something produced by nature and entirely unchanged by humans, which means that no essential oils are counted as natural.
Yeah. Yes.
Another thing I learnt at the weekend.
Hang on. So
Yeah,
if I picked a strawberry to eat it, because I have picked it and removed it from its branch, I have got involved.
You've moved it. You've not changed it.
Okay.
I think that still remains a
The second I start chewing it, does that mean that it's no longer natural because I've pulped it?
Now. Yeah. So you've mixed it with saliva.
Yeah. Oh wow.
This isn't called strawberry furanone. This is actually technically natural, although not according to the Cambridge English Dictionary. This is a molecule which exists in strawberries and tobacco and other things naturally, but it smells like strawberry creme brulee.
It does.
It's basic toffee.
Yeah, it really does.
I'm not sure whether we have toffee in our strawberries by the river.
It's too toffee and not strawberry enough.
It's very toffee, isn't it?
It's very nice. But I feel like the challenge is to try to make that smell like the strawberry, to smell like it's not been made for 8-year-olds.
Yeah.
How is it possible to make a sophisticated adult strawberry fragrance?
That was our question.
This is grade 8 perfume making, you know. This is this is the PhD of perfume making.
Well, you know, grade 8 is really only the point at which you've just about proved you're ready to stop learning and start playing.
Okay.
Grade
so
8,
beyond
you know,
that.
as somebody who has 2 distinctions at grade 8 plus 1 fail. I didn't do very well at piano. I did all right at clarinet and theory. You know, it's like getting black belt karate. It doesn't mean you can do it. It means you're ready to go to big school.
Your second Dan black belt now.
I'm not.
The Dans?
Yes. Okay. Yes.
That's how many times you've reached black belt.
Okay.
So the man who's my father.
Yes.
Is, I believe, 8th Dan black belt, which means that he's got to black belt 8 times. That's an achievement.
So, well, I'm not going to say we're going for 8th Dan black belt perfume. Probably just going for sort of first year college level.
I think we should start a belt system.
Okay.
So they can earn their belts.
Yes. Or badges like we got for for Bagger. Did you get your Bagger awards?
No.
A British Amateur Gymnastics Association.
Oh, right.
Not as in chips. Yeah, well, we'll think of what to call it later. So we're going with that. Now, I could create my own strawberry aroma.
Mm-hmm.
This has occurred. C18, I think, which isn't really an aldehyde. A sort of strawberry glycidate, I think it's called. It's downstairs in the cupboard. I could find it. Can't remember its name. Age. That's
C18.
It's one of those things that somebody called it an aldehyde. Called it strawberry aldehyde, but it's not an aldehyde. In order to stop other chemists working out how it was made.
Right.
So we focus on this. We are using. We're going to use the Grojsman accord, because we were talking about
yes,
that.
yeah, the hug.
Which is composed of.
A hug.
Yes, that's right. The auto hug.
I've been telling everyone about that.
Yeah, the auto hug. It's very nice. Yes, hedione. It's normally galaxolide, methyl ionone, gamma, and iso-E super.
Great.
I might swap out the galaxolide and put in a different musk, but strictly speaking, those would be the four. You can make your own hug. You can, I think the possibilities are limitless.
Mm-hmm.
So to do this in the manner in which we intended, that would be 80% of the fragrance. We have these things here. So the other 20% of the fragrance is going to be made of those other things which were in our idea. So we have
benzyl salicylate.
Picnic. I'm going to fetch it. It's just there. We had benzyl salicylate, definitely now.
It was always there.
It was always there. We have the punt.
There's a punt.
With somebody wearing a tweed and smoking a pipe. A punt, indeed.
Poet on a punt.
Poet on a punt. Smoking a pipe.
Poet with a pipe on a punt.
Yep. The PPP.
Yeah. We've got a wicker picnic basket.
Picnic basket. We have.
It's grassy bank.
Yeah, grassy bank, and we have to decide whether or not to put cucumber in the sandwiches. But I understand why we wouldn't.
Yeah.
So we might not.
If we're putting cucumber in the sandwiches, then we also have to put cream cheese in there as well.
Ooh, cream cheese aroma. Yes. Yes, we haven't got very far yet, have we? So, okay.
No.
I think we do not need... So, say, for example, if we make 10 grams of this, that would just keep it easy, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I've got a 100ml bottle, which would take 80 grams, but maybe I'll make more later. And that weighs, by the way, 99.77 grams, that one. I'm going to press tear. Put label on, you get to 100 perfectly. Pressing tear. Reset it to 0. So I'm going to make it go up to 0.5 by blowing on it.
Wow. It's like peak flow test for asthma.
Oh,
see what your lung capacity's like.
Right.
How high can you get it?
Yeah. I got tested once on a machine that measures it on the thing, and I didn't register.
What, for any lung capacity?
I didn't none. Martin Testo, who then went off to...
Martin Tester?
Martin Testo. That was his name. Testo.
And his job was testing people?
His job was special boat service. He went to murder people, in fact. You know, no, he went to defend our borders, or somebody else's. Anyway, he was at school with him. Mm-hmm. He drove an orange Land Rover. But he actually practically broke the machine.
Wow.
Then they put me on it, and everybody was laughing. And somebody said, "Are you holding your breath?" No, breathing normally. Nothing.
Wow.
Nada.
Wow.
I'm not alive.
That's why it's so cold all the time.
Yeah, it probably is. I don't actually breathe. I do. We really need to make some perfume because is anyone even going to be still here by this point?
We're having a very chatty day. I think
haven't seen each other for a while. It's not since we were last here doing exactly this because they're still there and I haven't moved them.
It's alright, they're still here. Just tell people if they want to skip the chat, just skip to 15 minutes.
50, we actually need to... I'm so sorry. Okay. I'm going to put in 2 grams of hedione at... Oh, okay, this changes it a little bit. The hedione's at 15%.
Okay.
I'm going to do it anyway.
This is part of the hug, right?
It is. Hedione... you know what? Maybe I'm doing it the wrong way around. I can do this because there's been nothing else ever in this bottle, and there's nothing else in the bottle, so there's nothing to mess it up. I'm putting it back. Because what I want to do is make the central part of it, the planets, and then add the huggy bits to see how it changes them.
Right, okay.
There, we have a plan.
Right.
So, if people want to skip forward to whatever it is at the moment...
15 minutes.
15 minutes, we will actually start. I'm making note of that. And I've written 15 mintos. It's just one of those days. Oh, just one of those days. Okay, so the strawberry is at 5%. So I'm using Robertet's, it's called strawberry liquid. And it can be used, it's at 5%, can be used for fragrance. And that's exactly what we're going to do with it, because it's got an SDS, so it's possible. And strawberry is a core part of this fragrance. However, this stuff is intense, but I'm going to put a gram in, which quite magically is 2 squirts, because this just seems to pick up 0.5 grams. So I'm putting 1 gram of that out of a total of a lot. We're now going to do, we'll need a lot more, otherwise I would have done tiny amounts. So, I think bit of grassy bank. Oh, picnic basket.
Yeah.
Smell of picnic basket. I'm thinking...
Benzyl salicylate.
Wicker.
Oh.
It's like, well,
No, I'm joking, yes. I'm joking.
But it's got the leather straps on it.
Yeah, it does.
I could have a tiny amount. I could use my... I've got here isobutyl quinoline, which is the leather
Essential.
smell.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Isobutyl quinoline.
Yeah.
I'm saying you're going to put 0.4 grams of that in.
Well, it's at 10%.
So you're going to put 0.8 grams of it in?
I might put even less in. I don't need very much. Well, I'll go with you 0.4.
No, I don't know what I'm talking about, so don't listen to me.
No, I don't want to do.
Ask me to undo that.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be able to.
I could get a different one.
Hang on.
I don't know what's on that. I could use the Cuir de Russie from Cinnarome.
Oh yeah.
I'm convincing myself that Cuir de Russie actually is picnic basket. So I'm going to let you smell it. Thank you.
We smelt this.
We did. Is that one where Roshni went? I wanted to run from the room. Thank you for getting that off the way. This smells very rubbery, doesn't it?
I've not smelt it.
Oh right, no.
That smells. Are you sure that's not? I mean, I know it's not, but it's a little bit. It's a little bit white birchy.
Oh yeah, it will. Top marks, Arthur. Without doubt, it will have some white birch in.
Fantastic.
Because
what in Cuir
de Russie is a base.
Right, there we go.
Made by Cinnarome. This
definitely
particular one, other people make them as well, but this one I bought from them. And it is the smell of Russian leather as it was in time, and that smell it's got isobutyl quinoline in, and white birch, and other things as well. And it's the thing, the reason, so it's a blend. The thing about bases is they are meant to be put in and used as a material, and they keep their integrity, and so you can blend them. Whereas, you know, a fragrance oil, if you got a leather fragrance oil, that would be meant to be used by itself, like in a candle, but not blended with other things. And also,
what was the one that Was that isobutylquinoline?
Yes.
That is a main ingredient in rehearsal room.
Yes. It is a main ingredient in any leather fragrance. Normally. There are some new molecules now which do different things. But isobutylquinoline was the first of the leather molecules. So
it's just making me think of rehearsal room.
Yeah, we use that. I think we should bring out rehearsal room one day.
Yeah.
So I gave you Cuir de Russie.
I've got both.
Okay. So I don't need to dip it again.
No.
So it's at 10% strength. I think this is going to be interesting. This is going to be a strawberry leather.
It's wild.
That's
out there.
Straight out of the realms of the
It's out there.
The nursery books.
Yeah.
I'm going to put equal amounts. I think what I ought to do is one of these little experiments on a piece of paper, on a filter, and put a drop of each on, just to experiment. I know this is not precision balance, but these are pipettes from the same factory, so they ought to hold about the same size drop. And I'm just interested to know. Okay, strawberry leather.
It works.
It's funny, isn't it?
It works.
Almost terrifying.
Yeah.
So, now the only thing is that not everybody will have these particular materials.
No.
But I don't suggest that everybody would want to make a strawberry leather anyway. The point is that you could use these and then add the hugger cord to it and make perfume. And if it wasn't here's one I made earlier, well, it's not here's one I made earlier, but if I were spending days on this, I'd probably do more. I think the leather is beginning to win.
I agree. And I think we mustn't let it.
I think you're right. So, I'm going to put in... What was I doing? Oh, yes, somebody gave me some pickled carrots. Pickled black carrots. They end up red, but I was thinking, why are my fingernails so filthy? Because I was getting them out of a bag into a box, and I am now covered in
pickled carrot.
Strawberries. No, carrot dye, yeah. Okay, so this one is now twice as much strawberry.
Yes.
I see it 3 times. 1.5 times.
It balances.
Okay.
It really changes the strawberry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there we go. You've already done it. Great.
Yeah.
Well done. Job done.
Okay.
You've made a sophisticated strawberry.
Okay. Fraise sophistiquée.
Yeah. That's really nice.
Yeah. So, this will be... this is what I've done. Okay, so I put in 1 gram of the strawberry. I need it to be 2 grams of strawberry. At 5%. Bearing in mind that the strawberry was not as strong, so 1 drop to a drop was not equal. And the Cuir de Russie.
Oh yeah, what's the percentages of them both?
The Cuir de Russie is at 10, so hence the reason that 1 to 1 didn't
And strawberries
work.
at 5.
Strawberries at 5, but the way we made it work was actually 3 to 1 drops. So I need 3 grams of strawberry. Get it together.
Look at this. We're going crazy for the strawberry.
Yes.
This is exciting. I feel like
we've done something completely new. I'm sure somebody must have made a leather strawberry in the past, but that's going to be 1 gram.
I feel like, yeah, this is what Newton must have felt.
I have no idea. I'm going to Bulgaria.
Ibiza, I thought.
Well, no.
You're going to Bulgaria, lovely.
Yeah, for the rose harvest.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Just hope they don't make me get up at 3 a.m. So it won't be pleasant.
Yeah, that's cool. That's great.
It is quite. Isn't it?
So I went skiing in Bulgaria once. I remember their I don't know what it was, but the tomato ketchup that they had there was really, really good.
Wasn't it? Okay,
Yeah.
I look forward to that. Right, so this is what we're going to do then. We're going to go full, pure, unmessed around with Sophia Grojsman. And I just have to do all the maths probably, because most of those are 15%, so I have to scale them down a bit. Meister super. And that's all we're going to add. And we're going to observe what happens when we do it. 15 ppm. I just wrote 15 pounds instead of 15%. I need to do this more often. I'm obviously losing something. Right, so we put in 4 grams of the strawberry punt. So the punt is now in... No, that's just picnic basket, wasn't it?
Strawberry picnic basket.
We haven't done the punt. So that would be wood and tobacco.
Yeah.
This is going to be a thing. Okay, so we have tobacco absolute. We haven't done Riverbank. We haven't done any suntan lotion and green grass. This is one heck of a fragrance.
Yeah,
This is fine.
I think that, yeah, we're in the basket in this fragrance. The punt and the tobacco is wafting over. We're not with them. That's in the distance.
Right.
Likewise, the riverbank. We're in the basket, is what I'm saying. That's our point of focus.
Okay. I'm there. So I'm just looking around to see what woods I've got sitting in front of me, so I don't have to move. I have Amiris. We could do that.
I feel like this might be a 2-parter.
Karma wood. Oh, are we running out of?
No. Oh, maybe. Yeah, we're coming up to the half an hour mark.
Oh, blimey. How do we say that?
I mean, the prospect of making quite a sophisticated fragrance
I've got sandalwood.
in the length of a Vimeo video, it's quite astounding.
Yeah. Well, tobacco absolute at 5%. Actual Indian sandalwood at 10%. That is my punt. Riverbank. I have Hydrofleur at 10, and that is. So it's not entirely random what I have in front of me. It sounds.
No, you did spend a while collecting things before we started.
Yeah, I mean we've been here even longer than this.
I just need to quickly pause us.
Yeah.
We're back.
So we'll make. We've got 4 grams of us sitting inside a picnic basket with strawberries. It's basically a basket of strawberries. There's the nut literally sitting in from the perspective of. So a little bit of wafting punt. We could do half a gram of that.
Mm-hmm.
So just tiny amount, and half a gram of the grass that we're sitting on.
Great.
So tobacco to sandalwood, I've got the tobacco at 0.5%. These won't work out exactly when I worked out the formula. They won't work out in exactly the same proportions. Doesn't matter. Tobacco at 5%. I am going to put in 0.2 grams.
Could I have a smell of that?
Oh yes, you can. Yeah.
It's been a while since I've smelled it, I think.
It's nice. It's nice. So, nicotine-free tobacco absolute. I did have some nicotine one once, but that was for use in a candle somebody wanted.
Wow!
It's
So
not going on your skin, so. There you go.
But are they? When it's burning? Are you inhaling nicotine?
That's a very good question. Anyway.
I think it would be.
Well, there's only like 2% fragrance in the candle, and the amount of tobacco in that was very, very small.
I'm craving a candle.
It's not like actually.
Quick, get the candles out. I'm craving one.
But that was in the days when people used to ask me to do candles, and I'd say, "Oh yeah, all right." And these days, people ask me to do candles, and I say no.
Mm-hmm. This is lovely, isn't it?
I will not set fire to perfume.
Tobacco.
It is.
When I used to smoke, I think that actually the opening the packet of tobacco and smelling it was the best bit.
Which is
far better than burning it.
That's what we're included in the secret fragrance making at the moment. This one, ooh, this is nice.
I can't smell that.
Oh, this is interesting, because I was about to say to you, one of our customers can't smell this. This is sandalwood. Do you not get beautiful, rich, creamy, lovely? Oh.
I don't get anything from that.
This has been happening to people.
Oh, wait a minute.
That was the most interesting piece of film we've ever done. Wait a bit. Yep. Oh dear. Okay. Let me, okay, I'm just going to put this in here, because it's going in anyway. 0.3 grams of it.
I've always been able to smell sandalwood.
I know.
Maybe it's just because...
You just smelt tobacco when it did your nose in.
Yeah, that's what I'm putting it down to.
I think you're on... Back when you used to smoke and you couldn't smell stuff, I think it's done that to your nose. Okay, so put 0.3 grams of that in. So if you want to
that tobacco,
smell,
blue drum, that is.
Is it?
Yep.
It's a
very pipey one.
Turkish blonde. I just love it when it says Turkish blonde on the packet or something like. So the reason I have done this is 3 drops of the sandalwood and 2 of the tobacco from equal size pipettes to demonstrate what our accord, tobacco sandalwood accord, is like.
Yeah, you see, while I can't smell the sandalwood on the strip, I can smell what it's done to the tobacco.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. By Jove.
It is a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Do you want to put it with the tobacco strawberry one and then see?
What can I say?
Those are people who can't see Arthur, which is everyone except me. Arthur's now got 2 circles by his nose, and it looks quite funny.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay.
Let's commit.
We sort of have. It's already in there.
Oh right.
Yeah, we did that. Now, so hydrofleur is one of the new molecules. There were 2 things called Lyral and Lilial, trade names, and the EU decided they really did not want these in any cosmetics because they were giving too many people bad skin. So the fragrance companies said, yeah, all right, then we'll invent some new ones. Okay, it took a little bit longer than that, but it's a sort of lily of the valley.
I'm getting
style.
watermelon.
Mm-hmm. As soon as we mention water, I'm going to do a drop. I think the cis-3-hexanol is probably going to slightly overwhelm it. That stuff, because I've got this at 5%, and that's quite a lot. That's quite, So if I do 1 drop of each, I think. Nah. Interesting.
That is riverbank.
And what's more, actually, the hydroflow, which seems very delicate, I would say.
It's
not overwhelmed by the cis-3-hexanol.
It's being knocked out more and more by it as it dries.
Is it?
Yeah, as I go.
Okay.
It's becoming stronger and stronger, cis-3-hexanol.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that in that case, that doesn't surprise me. It surprised me that at the beginning, the cis-3-hexanol seemed to be...
So you smell that now?
A bit not sideways, yeah. Thanks. Yeah. 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 Cis-3-hexanol is just like... It's one of those like, it always misbehaves. But, okay, I'll invite it to the party. And yes, okay, in the first 5 minutes, it's fine. And then you give it a drink, it's like, why did we invite it again? It just gets carried away, doesn't it? So this is 3-to-1. It's actually more. I'll do the math because it's actually 6-to-1 because there's 3 times as much hydroflow in the blend. So
yeah.
So if I were to do 5,000.
That's really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously, you can't just take everything off yourself and do this and expect it to work out. But if you've had a bit of practice, and these are our little baby Wattman filters, which are too small to do the kind of filtration work that we do, so we use them for this because they're very good for it. So, okay.
Yeah, and this isn't your first perfume.
This is not.
I wonder how many perfumes you've invented. It's in the many hundreds.
Far too many, Arthur. Okay. So I'm going to put in 0.1 grams of this 3-hexanol, which is basically going to be... Oh, it's a different size pipette. So I need the others... Okay. 5 drops takes us up to... Which is why you can't do things in drops, because different pipettes have different drop sizes. So 5 drops of the cis-3-hexanol. Apparently I've been muttering again.
Oh.
Well, somebody asked if I would annotate every single moment of the YouTube film.
Right, yeah.
And I slightly inconsiderately said no.
Isn't there a way to do that automatically?
Well, I think it will actually put subtitles up if you watch it on the small screen. It'll do that. But they wanted me to put... Some people who do YouTubey things for a living actually earn money out of it, as opposed to me earning £90 every 6 months. And it's not all about the money, Arthur, and it's like so. But I just genuinely do not have time to go through the film and write down everything I said at every particular moment. So I do it on the Vimeo, I do it on the Patreon. I'll explain everything on the Patreon because there people are paying me £1 a month, for the privilege. So, but there's just unfortunately, there isn't enough. There aren't enough seconds in my life.
Join the Patreon, everybody.
Yeah, that is the answer. I don't.
It's £1 a month.
Yeah. But it is. It's not if you want to see the formula, but it is if you just want to watch the films. I'm putting 0.4 grams of this in. This is the hydroflow. 10%. So at least I can try to speak clearly. I can do that. I think I can do that. But yeah. Like my gran used to say, what am I doing it for? The good of your health. I'm not at that, but sometimes I think yes. Actually, I'd probably just do this and not record them, just so I get to chat.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what I have got is a total of 5 grams of thing, which is my strawberry sun.
Yeah.
With my inside the picnic basket sun, and a planet of riverbank and a planet of pipe.
Poet in a punt. Poet with a pipe and a punt.
In a punt, yes.
Poet with a pipe and a punt.
I think that was definitely muttering. But
Peter
yes.
picked a pickled peppers.
Peter picked a peck. Right, so I am actually again. I know what happens if we smell a little bit of this. It means it removes some from the mix. That's why I've made 5 grams of this so far, and I would normally make more, so that it's not going to knock it out so far that it would really bother it. Because we're going to do this as a little experiment. As we go on, we are going to smell how it changes as we put the hug materials in. So this is the centre of the fragrance without a hug.
Goodness me.
There's a blinking heck of a lot going on there, isn't there?
By Jove. Really good. Have we put the benzyl salicylate in it yet?
No.
Alright. Does that count as a hug? As a bit of the hug?
Not normally. Not to say that it couldn't.
I don't want to be obsessive, but I'm demanding it.
Okay. Right. Okay, so I've got 5 grams of this.
Yeah.
So what I want then is... It would be 20 grams to make up 80%, but these materials are stronger, so I'm going to downgrade them a little bit.
Yeah.
To make... So the formula will be a little bit different. But I'm going to put hedione in it first to see what it does. The hedione's at 15%, so I'm not going to put 5 grams in. I'm going to put in 3 grams. It leaves us a little bit of space for if we want some benzyl salicylate.
I don't know why you said if.
Okay, for when we put in the benzyl salicylate.
I do love hedione as well, though.
Yeah. So we're going to bear in mind that this won't be completely accurate because we're going to be taking out tiny drops, but we can tell how much we've taken out. But this is why, if you're trying to make 0.1 grams of a fragrance in order to save money and bottles, because it's going to get to 3 and not distract myself. Okay, so we have put in 3 grams of hedione at 15%. And I'm going to dip a tiny little amount, take a tiny little bit amount, take a small amount of this liquid as it stands out of the mix so that we can see what the hedione has done. I say see, I mean smell. So, little amount on the pointy bit, and that has taken out 0.02 grams. So if we were working at tiny amounts, this would mess it up.
Mm-hmm.
But we're working at bigger amounts, so it won't much.
Very nice.
So compared to this, it makes it go light and fresh and a lot less rough.
I agree.
So hedione by itself, we could have this fragrance as like that, just with hedione.
Yeah.
But we are making a hog, so that's what we're going to do. So
it's really nice.
Good. I'm going to put in 3 grams of Galaxolide at 50% in IPM at 15% strength. It's gone dark already, Arthur. We've been talking that long. I'm so sorry. I'm just taking up your whole afternoon.
It's a positive pleasure.
Probably going to be the longest one we've ever made, isn't it, Matt?
Yep. It's a feature. It's a feature length.
Yeah, it is.
This is the movie.
Yeah. I was getting quite good at doing shorts.
Yeah. Scenthusiasm, the movie.
Featuring Arthur McBain. Sarah McCartney.
Well, featuring the voice of me.
Oh, yes. Okay. Voice of Arthur McBain.
I'm not actually here. That's the interesting thing. I'm a voiceover. I add myself in later. You just leave gaps when we film it.
What happens when I pass you the strips?
Oh yeah.
What's the thought?
Standard.
Yeah. Okay. We have added the Galaxolide, which is a musk. What would you expect to happen, do you think, when you add a musk? So that's 0 point.
What do I expect to happen?
Yeah.
It's for it to get lovelier.
Good answer.
That's popped the hydrofleur out.
Like so, squeezed it and that's...
Yeah.
Fortunately, it hasn't popped the cis-3-hexanol out, because I'd worry if that happened, but I don't necessarily worry that this has.
No, it hasn't.
And I'm getting a little bit more of the Cuir de Russie. I mean,
Yeah.
it is fluffy duvet. Musks are fluffy duvets. So it's like fluffy duvet with a few holes in. The whole world of what happens when you add molecules and what they do in your brain is it's absolutely fascinating. I've decided, I want to build up and sell our modern lives so I can do a PhD.
Cool. Does anyone want to buy it?
Not yet.
No, I mean of the viewers.
Oh, I don't know. Oh yeah, does anyone want a really nice little perfume brand called Our Modern Lives? Fund my PhD. Oh right, so I've dipped the methylenone gamma because I haven't put it in yet, but that's...
Oh yeah. Violets.
Yeah. The smoothest of the violets.
Yeah.
Okay, now put in 3 grams of that. This is at 10%. I think I'm still going to put 3 grams in because this is quite... It makes its presence felt. So even though... So this is at a lower dilution. Or lower strength. It's at 10%. The other clouds, so these are my clouds. They have been at 15, but I find this to be a little bit unmissable. I didn't necessarily want it to make its presence felt that much, but we'll see what it does to the other things. So I'm adding 3 grams and it doesn't take as long. 2.79. Irritating. 2.81. Oh, it's fine. I need 3. What am I thinking? I'm just... Need more sleep? I just know. Like, more brain?
Oh yeah, I need more sleep. I discovered some mould last night at about 10:30 and spent the next hours and hours finding more and scrubbing it.
Where?
My bedroom.
Oh.
I've got like an external facing wall that gets a little bit of mould on it, but and I clean that every week. I feel like I'm always cleaning it, and then I noticed some on the arm of a jacket. Yeah, absolutely horrible. And then I was like, oh, and then down my bookcase.
Be breathing that stuff.
No, I know. So I've scrubbed it all up and put a dehumidifier in there.
Yeah.
And our landlord's just agreed to buy us some more dehumidifiers.
Yeah.
Okay, so, oh
Have
God.
you noticed
The mould's been bad this year.
Yeah. The mould from here has gone since we paid £XT,000 to have the roof replaced.
Yeah.
The mould is all
good.
fading away.
Yep. Ooh.
Right, so this is
Very different.
Yeah. So now it feels more strawberry-ish.
It feels, I was about to say, yeah, it's like much more fruity.
Okay. Well, we're going to do the last one, which is the ISOE Super. Because we could have just poured the whole Grojsman Accord hog in all at once without doing it in bits, but I feel that it is more elucidating. And also, a really good thing to do would be to do the whole other thing again. Not you and me. That would be asking too much.
That's the movie 2.
Yeah, and 3 and 4 because yes, Scenthusiasm too. In the other order, if you 2.99, and I know if I put another drop in, it'll go to 2.31. Ah, no, it's the right size. Okay, 3.00. The delight a nerd gets of hitting the right number on a scale, it's quite distressing, isn't it?
It's like when you're filling your car up and you can get the petrol pump to a round number.
Yes.
Oh, it's lovely.
That's going to be a thing of the past soon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now you plug your car in and it just charges up.
Yeah.
Future generations will miss the delight of managing to get it to exactly £25 and not £25 and a penny on the thing.
Yeah. However, they will also be able to. They will miss that delight, but they will have the delight of being a future generation.
Yeah. Yes. Because if we don't, then it won't. Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah.
So this is the complete.
It's really good. It's missing one thing.
Is it benzyl salicylate?
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Okay, so that was 3 grams of ISOE Super at 15% strength. And it has a certain completeness to it.
It really does.
Okay.
And also, I mean, there we go. You've hit the brief. That is a
hug.
It is a strawberry fragrance for adults.
Yeah. Yeah. Ow! That was my knee on the metal bit of.
Oh. Right.
It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Am I in focus, however?
Yep.
That's the important thing. Forget the injury. I can just. Oh, that like Baby Yoda.
Yeah. What do you do?
Nick got a really good bread knife, but he didn't get a bread board.
Oh right.
He brought it to work, so I decided it'd be a good idea. I would try and cut the bread, but it was sliding.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that he used your thumb as the breadboard.
No.
Oh, well, when you hold it up and they go, well, Nick bought a bread knife, but he didn't buy a breadboard.
So yeah, no. So I cut bits out of my thumb.
Oh
no,
God.
No. Okay. I am prepared to put in
5 grams benzyl salicylate.
No, actually, I'm not prepared to put in 5 grams. I've got at the moment 12. I've got 17. Yeah, okay, like at 10%. So at school, when I was taught chemistry, we said salicylate. There are people who say salicylate. But Mr. Grojsman, your memory lives up. No, he's not dead. I mean, but I have not forgotten everything I learned from Grivot. Salicylate it is. Chemists say salicylate.
Mm.
I'm going to put in 0.5 grams. And it'll all be marvellous.
Salicylate.
Yeah.
I had a friend who used to work at a coffee shop. And he used to, if people ordered a cappuccino, he would say, "Here's your cappuccino."
A cappuccino.
A cappuccino, and he used to call a latte, a late. Here's your late.
This is fair. Did people try and correct him?
I think people didn't know what he was on about.
Oh, that's a shame. You seen?
I think he mispronounced himself out of a job, actually.
Oh. Have you seen Bob Mortimer's Man on a Train things?
Yeah. Yeah.
The cappuccino. You know, I've actually made it from his book. He had this thing called there's fragrance in his novel.
This new book.
Yeah.
The Tangerine one.
Yeah, Satsuma Complex.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a fragrance called Électricité par Sébastien Longcock, and I've made it.
Great.
Yeah, but I haven't sent him it yet because I don't know where to send it to. But since we are from the same part of the country, Athenry, but it's supposed to smell disgusting. But
who's
see,
the publisher?
John read what? Sorry,
who's the publisher?
I don't remember.
Send it to.
It's John's book. John lent me the book. John loves the book.
Yeah.
So I let John smell the book and smell the fragrance, and then he went, "Oh, that's brilliant," because it's supposed to be terrible. It's supposed to smell of bananas and wet concrete or something. So
sounds quite nice, bananas and wet concrete.
So what I've made smells of bananas and wet concrete, and so I gave it to Nick to smell, and Nick has not read the book, and he just went, "Ah, it's horrible." And it's like, no, that's the point. It's supposed to be.
I feel like we can find someone at the publisher to send it to, and they will absolutely forward it onto him.
Yeah, we'll find it. We will find it.
Is it good, the book?
Oh yeah.
Is it really silly?
Yeah. Yeah, it's Bob, yes. But since the house with the little horse was right over the corner from Auntie Hazel and Uncle Bill's, we've probably played at the same time in the same on the same witch's hat, Anyway,
I will get it when it's in paperback. John will lend it probably. We'll definitely buy it. That's right, we're going to buy it. Benzyl salicylate. It's positively fantastic. No.
It doesn't smell like suntan lotion.
I feel like this is brilliant, but I also feel like what I need to do is not be in this room for a bit.
Yeah. It's making it more leathery. The benzyl salicylate is making the leather go.
And for me, I agree with you.
Strange. So when I make it up, I might not put in the benzyl salicylate.
Look, you know, I can't stop you.
I might do 2 versions. Okay, we'll test them later.
It's nice,
Okay.
but I feel like I can't be objective with it right now. But I really liked it before, so I'm not saying that I was wrong.
Is that the weirdest thing is that you can just get and you can get a perfume and you think you've got it just right, and you'll go, "Oh, I'll just put on a drop of this." What happened?
Get the Lang Lang out.
No, that's got a lot of benzyl salicylate in it.
That's it. That's why I like it so much.
Okay, I think this is the end of the movie Scenthusiasm.
It's an hour.
Sorry, everyone.
Or
Sorry, Arthur.
you're welcome, everyone.
Or you're welcome.
Yeah, you got twice as much.
3 times.